I'd spent 4 years really building and creating and kind of just really before you start a business, you're doing lots of massaging and messaging and just figuring out and the research. And then I launched it. It just turned out I was in not the right partnership. And it broke me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of the What the Nell podcast with your host, yours truly, Nell Tice. I'm very excited, as always, today because I have a really awesome guest, and her name is Kate Assaraf, and she is the founder and CEO of Dip, a seven-figure clean beauty brand built on one rebellious belief: you don't have to sell out to succeed. After losing her first business, Kate rebuilt from the ground up. No Amazon, no influencers, and no compromise. She's a Forbes contributor, a 2024 New Jersey Mompreneur of the Year, and a champion of doing business with grit, grace, and unapologetic integrity. Kate, welcome to the What the Nell podcast.
Thank you for having me. That was a nice, beautiful intro. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, you are the reason for that. So congratulate yourself, my friend. You've had a lot go on, and we're going to talk about a lot of that today. But I got to know, so why clean beauty? Like, what led you in that realm?
So clean beauty's been around for a long time. And so I think it should just kind of be the standard at this point. But the thing that really threw it from clean beauty into something else, which is a plastic-free beauty on top of that, is because I discovered 10 years ago that not only was plastic accumulating all over the planet, like before everyone else kind of found out that recycling was a farce, I also found out at the same time that the runoff from plastic factories was changing, the hormones in aquatic life. And it was eventually you could kind of put together that it was going to be disruptive to human health as well. And now 10 years after finding that out, we're seeing that the studies are coming out that plastic is, in every tissue, every organ of the human body. And we're going to find out pretty quickly, like, what that really means,
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, how do I bring awareness to this without scaring people? And I wanted to do that in a way that was like fun and light. And hair is one of those things that's emotional. And I know it's emotional for me anyway.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that like I soft served this news to people, or maybe like they didn't have to find out about all of the really horrible things about plastic, but just giving people something really good that saves them money and then just happens to be plastic free.
I love that so much. And you're absolutely right. Like, we're going to find out one day, very soon, what the consequences are going to be of all of these microplastics and everything around us. But I just wanted to know, because clean beauty can mean so many different things to so many people. And the fact that this is, you have a very environmentally based reason for doing it is just awesome, because, we kind of believe in that. You'd actually love our series that we do called the Ecopreneur's Edge. And I think you would be amazing for that, so we can talk more about the environmental factors of your clean beauty brand. But today we're talking about the power of building a brand that doesn't betray you, or building a business that doesn't betray you. And what does that exactly mean? Like, how does a business betray you?
So I think a business that can betray you is one where you've decided that the success or the ego is more important than the product and the build. And I think that can happen a lot. You see a lot of people are like, well, why'd you start this brand? And they're like, well, I really wanted to get something into Sephora. And then they're not thinking, like, to me, I hear that and I'm like, okay, but what does it do for the customer? And I think that it's really easy to get excited about building something for the vision of others. You know what I mean? So that others can see what you've built, and kind of putting the thing that you built on a stage for the public, instead of, something that is true to, a life that you want to live. If that makes sense. So many brands get into the shelves of like Target, Sephora, Ulta, you name it, like one of those, the big box brands. And eventually that is the kiss of death for them, because it's so hard to manage an account like that that eventually you find that that brand or like the small team behind it can't manage all of the
Yeah.
requirements.
Yeah. Thank you for confirming that because sometimes I'll see a brand that I really loved at one point,
Mhm.
and one in particular, I won't name them, but I just saw that they got into Target, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, I guess I'll just kind of find another brand. That's fine. But, and you know what? If that's their goal, more power to them. But, I applaud, and I know that our audience applauds small business
Yeah.
and the products that really cater to the customer and the solution that you can offer to them. So when that's the focus, I think that's how you can be successful. So thank you for
Yeah.
confirming that.
And
Uh,
and there's nothing wrong with being in Target, right? But
no.
for me on the other side, I know that if I sold my products into Target, my life would change. But my whole business
Mhm.
would change. It would be a totally different business. And I don't think it would be one that would be enjoyable for me anyway to run. Like other people kind of thrive on that, but I know it's not for me.
Sure, it's not for everybody, and
Mhm.
that's honest. That's really honest. So, so you talk about losing your first business. What was your first business, and what was the hardest part about losing it?
So my first business was a company called Nope, NOAP. It's the same category, but I had spent 4 years really building and creating and kind of just really before you start a business, you're doing lots of massaging and messaging and just figuring out and the research. And then I launched it. It just turned out I was in not the right partnership.
Mm.
And it broke me. Like it broke me because I worked so hard and it was at the beginning before all of the other, there's been now an explosion of bar brands everywhere. And then our TikTok had like hundreds of thousands of followers because I was early there. And like, the devastation of closing something that you've built is, I can't,
Mm.
I've never, I don't know if there's like a congruent feeling anywhere else. It felt like maybe someone took like a melon baller or an ice cream scoop and just like scooped out my guts and like threw them on the side of the road. Like that was the equivalent
Oh.
emotion. Because we spend so much of our time and identity here in the United States is what you do for a living. And suddenly like I had this thing that I was like doing and I was the face of and I loved it, but in the back end it was not great. And then I closed it and then I couldn't deal with like the shame of closing something that I was the face of and like really worked so hard on, and it almost ate me alive. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, wow. I mean, just hearing you say that when you talk about the melon baller and the scoop and like your insides, I mean, I can't imagine having to do that. And, ultimately, at some point, I'm an entrepreneur, business owner. I know so many other ones. One of us is going to have to do it and face that at some
Yeah.
point. And gosh, do you think that that experience made you stronger for, kind of staying in the realm and just going off and doing something different?
I could say that now, but it took me many years to get to this point. It took me like 4 years, I think, before my parasympathetic nervous system like made me feel like as an entrepreneur, like the rug wasn't going to be pulled out from under me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Your brain can repair faster than your body, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it made me stronger and it really solidified how I wanted to run this business.
Mhm.
Um, but it also, to be honest, it made me so much weaker in so many ways. Like
Mm.
the aftermath of kind of the depression and the shame of just, and you know what, the shame is something like you own on your own, but for some reason I couldn't get out of this like shame spiral of being like, oh, I looked like I was at the top and now then I was like gone, like yeah, I was like inside out basically. It really it it took a long time to recover from.
Sure.
And when you're starting again, like starting a business is hard enough on its own, but when you start a business and you put in all like those that first, 6 months are so difficult, and then then it's gone and then you have to start again at ground zero. It was, I didn't know whether it was even worth doing again. I was at that point where I was like, do I just get a job or do I just but the thing about entrepreneurship is like you have an unscratchable itch. You have something like you really want to put out there, and I knew I could solve this problem of like You know that feeling when you buy a sustainable product, especially, and it just doesn't deliver on its promises? Like,
Yeah.
so you feel like I've just spent more money to have something worse. I'll just go back to my other version of things. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to solve that problem, that feeling of buying a sustainable thing that didn't feel great. And so that's what I did with Dip. I knew it could be done, and I did it. And I had took that opportunity of closing that first business into making all of these formulas like exponentially better, and the
Yeah.
branding like that much more like solid and strong. And I made the best lemonade I could make despite my moldy lemons.
That's a really great analogy, by the way. I mean, it really sounds like you put everything that you experienced, all that pain, all the heartache into this brand. And that's amazing. And I think that, I mean, even just from, just like just accepting the mail, like the box that it comes in with the paper and the card and how everything is packaged. And it looks like something that somebody has put blood, sweat, and tears into and
Yeah.
hasn't just hired a bunch of people to come up with some stuff. And, you're
Yeah.
just like, yep, okay, sure, that looks great. And then just throws it out there. So kudos
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thanks, our team, and even Joanne, who like packs every box. She does it with such like crispness on the tissue paper. Like she's a perfectionist, and she really. I was just on the phone with her before I jumped on here, but she's just like she puts so much love into like the shipping, and I feel so very lucky to have like now I started this just me. The first 18 months of Dip was just me, and then was able to bring on hire a few different people, and Joanne is one of them that's just responsible for that, and she's the best. You know,
Yeah.
it's great.
That's really cool too when your team is an extension of you.
Yeah,
We always hear stories about how, well, no one on my team is ever going to treat this business like I do because it's not their baby, it's mine.
yeah,
And when you can say that you have a team that genuinely possesses that same love and adoration for the brand and for
hmm
you and everything, like you're doing something right.
well, yeah, the team is the best part of my day, to be honest. Like I don't have that feeling where I'm unhappy with my team. Like I'm so I feel it's like a pinch me thing for me because I was always scared to hire people, and I think a lot of people go through that because they're like scared of hiring the wrong person.
Yeah.
But the people we hired are amazing. Like I'm watching all my competitors like embrace AI, and I'm like, no, I'm keeping it human. Like I really like these people that are here.
I
It's
love
great.
that. Oh my gosh, girl, you're speaking my language. So, so when you started Dip,
Mhm.
there's so many easy paths, quote unquote, that you can take. Like, what did you ever feel tempted to take an easy path? Or what kept you grounded in your vision to stay true to your values?
So so the easy paths for me, like when I sat back and kind of observed what was happening in the landscape around me, the easy paths seem like meta advertising, like bombarding people with ads, TikTok advertising, then I would say influencer marketing, and then like fake UGC, where you like hire someone to pretend that they're a customer to create like grassroots content for you.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can see as a customer how easy it would be to just lose trust in everything after a few purchases, because all of these people telling you something's good and then you buy it and it's not good, like that you can only burn the consumer so many times before they're like fed up with it. So I kind of, just because I'm a marketer at heart and a strategist at heart, I was like, what if we just turned all of that marketing on its side basically and just didn't participate? So we didn't run any ads, we didn't do any influencers, and we didn't do any fake content creators, right? What we did instead was like, hey, if you see someone talk about Dip, it's real. And you
Yeah.
know it's real because we didn't hire anyone to say anything about it. And that has been like really fun because people know we're still, as far as like a beauty brand, we're still relatively small, but like people are actively participating in you know telling people about Dip, and it's a very very authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have that like spidey sense as a consumer being like, wait a second, like I don't think this person actually likes this product that much. Like you can't fake authenticity.
Huh. So true. I mean, my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. And as a consumer and as a concerned consumer, because I
Yeah.
am typically in the realm of shopping for the clean beauty, sustainable products,
Hmm.
I'm cognizant when I start to see a lot of Instagram, like the ads and the stories and the
Yeah.
reels and things like that. And there's somebody that's in their closet, like, oh, I'm wearing this today and I love this brand and things like that. And I'm like, paid, scroll by. I
Yeah.
just can't.
That's normal
And
behavior, I think now. It's
yeah,
the purchasing cycle of buying something, so like seeing advertising, buying it, discovering it's not good, then getting stuck in an AI hell loop
yeah.
of trying to return something is like works to my benefit. Like all these
Mhm.
companies like cutting corners and doing all these like it's working to my benefit because we're just like hey, we're just gonna dip out of all of that. And it's nice for people to know that then when they buy it, like
Mhm.
if you have an issue with one of our products, you're gonna get a human from our team that like knows it inside and out. We're gonna talk to you about it.
I love that. That's amazing. I can't imagine anybody having an issue, but that's also good to know because I did try the hair care, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I want to talk more about so we're like the rebellious nature of business and things like that because you hear coaches and you see stuff on social media like this is what you should be doing.
Mhm.
So what like so you described Dip as kind of rebellious. So what does rebellion look like in the clean beauty industry for you today?
Well, besides the not using beauty influencers, which I think is just everyone is on that train right now,
Yeah.
our bars are basically, and we're not sold on Amazon, so it's another piece of it. Another thing that's just kind of weird is that we encourage people to shop in store, which is very different than other like D2C items. Like we want
Yes.
you to go into your store, experience it, smell it, engage with the store owner, like go find it in the wild, and you don't have to listen to us say it's great. You can hear the store owner that's tried 200 different bar brands and decided to put Dip on their shelf. Like
Hmm.
that's the biggest endorsement that I can have that is like that is very counterculture to what is happening right now with the add to cart, click and buy now lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the conditioner bar will last you especially about a year. So it can, for me, like I used to use Orbe Gold Lust. I love that
Yeah.
conditioner, and it's like felt so luxe, and
Mhm.
that was the experience I wanted. And so that was the experience that I tried to give with the Dip conditioner bar. But my $32 conditioner bar will replace for me 12 of those. So
Yeah.
even if you don't care about the environment, you're saving $500. Most people certainly care about that.
Absolutely right. Yeah, the conditioner bar. So like I have very fine hair
Mhm.
and I stopped using conditioner. I started using I think it was like Inner Sense, like the spray detangler or
Yeah,
whatever it
it's a
was
great
'cause
brand.
it is a great brand. I
Yeah, I like
love
them.
it. But, I travel a lot too.
Yeah.
And I have to take a liquid, it's another bottle I have to take with me. And that doesn't always work. So I started searching for shampoo and conditioner bars.
Oh no
And
way.
yeah,
Perfect timing.
I've used probably at least 4 or 5 different kinds.
Yeah.
And I have one now. And let me tell you, can I first commend you on making the conditioner and shampoo bars 2 different shapes?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
that was like pain point number one. I was like, thank God I can actually tell the difference. I'm not washing my hair with the conditioner first. That was so annoying. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, scratch that.
Well, I wear glasses, so like I can't I had that experience with shampoo and conditioner bars too. It's like why are they the same?
Yeah. And you can imprint them all you want, but once the bars get down, then the imprint's
Yeah.
gone and then you just don't know and it's anyway. So thank you for doing that.
Very well.
But so what I do like I have to know. Like I love your honesty and the transparency and everything. And, there are growth hacks out there that everybody
Yeah.
says we should be doing as business owners. So what are some like modern marketing growth hacks besides like the influencers that you wish people would question or business owners should question?
I would say when you see incentivized reviews. So there's this whole like cottage market of review, like beauty review people. So,
Uh-huh.
there's a cottage market of people that are like, hey, we'll give all of your products, we'll give like 100 or 1,000 of your products to experts, and then they have to write a detailed review.
Mm-hmm.
And that then gets fed into like the oh my God, syndicated reviews. So the
Yeah.
syndicated reviews, they go like to every single store. So no matter where you are, whether someone purchased at Sephora or someone purchased on Amazon or whatever, like all the reviews kind of are the same. And so it looks like, something is selling way better than it has.
Oh my
But before,
gosh.
like, it's only fairly recently that they had to specifically call out those reviews as incentivized. So before that change, there's a whole league of reviews that were just kind of paid for that had nothing to do with someone purchasing the product, because I think purchasing the product is a big part of the review. You can like buy a
Sure.
review, like you can buy a product or you can get gifted a product and you perceive them very differently.
Yes.
Um, it's one is like you've done the research and you've like parted with your own money and made a choice,
Yeah.
and that is an emotional experience. So having something show up at your door and you have to write a review, not emotional. It's like then it's just work.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you're telling me, so like I just recently, Ilia, I think came out with a new product and
Mhm.
I love that brand too.
Me too. I
And I
love
was
that.
looking at like Kohl's because Kohl's sells it now with
Mhm.
their Sephora collaboration. And I was looking at the reviews on it and it said incentivized review
Yeah.
and it was coming over from Sephora.com.
Mhm.
And I was like, what is this? And like all of the reviews were
Yeah.
incentivized. And I was
It's a
like, so
new
no
product.
one. Yeah.
It's a new product. They need to get reviews because people won't buy it without reviews. So they have to give it out for free to a whole bunch of people, and then they are agreeing to write the review. Like that's the exchange.
And
These,
oh wow. Like and no wonder every single review was at least 4 stars
yeah,
because they were incentivized with free product. Like I was like, where is anyone that actually purchased this product? I want to
right.
know.
Yeah, they're not. It's not there yet. So they're counting on other people to use those to buy it. But what's crazy is like on the reviewer side, you don't want to be like the squeaky wheel reviewer that gives something a bad review because then you won't get the free stuff.
Right.
So it's a cycle. I just don't want to be part of it and I don't want my products on it. I tested it at one point and it was weird because I had a couple, and I never published the reviews. You have like the option, like you get the reviews as a brand and you can do whatever.
Sure.
I never published the reviews because they just felt wrong. Like I
Yeah.
tested it out. I was like, okay, it's interesting. Like, let me see what it is. And then I just was like, you know what? I kind of like not having doing this ever, you know?
Yes. Ah, that's so good. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for people to hear. Well, I mean, you're listening to this now. I can't, I'm just like, take notes because when you start looking for products and like think of this in your head,
Yeah,
this is just, wow, like the ways that we can be so influenced with so many things is just absolutely mind blowing.
totally.
So,
And
yeah,
I also just want to say, like, sometimes color cosmetics, I think I understand the influencer role in that one because you really need to see how this stuff looks on
sure.
like your skin tone or your eye color or whatever.
Yeah.
So I kind of think there's a little bit of a pass there, but in the hair care world, I feel like there's so much kind of trickery. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more I feel like you could get away with
Yeah,
in the
people
hair
clip
care.
in their extensions and then like show this big beautiful blowout that they didn't have before. It's like I see it all the time. It's kind of crazy.
I used to do that. I
I
used
do.
to.
I mean, I don't do it for reviews, but I clip in extensions when I want to feel
Yeah.
something.
And sometimes it just helps, give you a boost of confidence and
Totally. Yeah.
yeah, you got something special going on for sure. I get that. But so going through all of this, like losing the business and then, starting this up and, doing what you're doing now, like that takes a toll on your mental health and your
Yeah, for
personal
sure.
energy and your being and everything. So, what do you do to protect your own energy as you're going through all of this?
I remember that I'm selling shampoo and conditioner and that there are surgeons out there
I
like
love
in an
that.
ER, you know, like I have to just put it all in perspective because at the end of the day, there's really no shampoo emergencies. And I'm pretty insulated from real emergencies. And even though something feels like an emergency and my nervous system is kind of like, oh, like you should be dealing with this right now. I'm like, okay, I should, but also there are no emergencies. Like there's no crying in baseball, there's no emergencies in shampoo. Like it just isn't. So
Yeah.
I have to reset and kind of like remember my place in the world as important as it is to me. It's like not that important to anyone else, and on earth it's just not that important.
That's amazing. And here, I'm expecting like, oh, I meditate for 15 minutes every morning and, the whole like wellness routine and things. And you're
No.
like, yeah, I'm selling shampoo.
My advice is just get over yourself. I have to get over myself and be like, okay, it's really not that big a deal.
That's the most incredible advice. And yeah, like my goodness, that's incredible. So other entrepreneurs, undoubtedly just like you and scared and, worried about failing, not wanting to experience that shame and have that
Yeah.
look and everything. What advice would you give to entrepreneurs that feel like their business is betraying them and are too scared to do anything about it?
Well, it depends on what situation you're in, right? If your business is bringing you so much less joy, like if you have the scale of your business and it's bringing you so much less joy than it is, like pain, right? If the
Yeah.
scale's tipping towards pain and worry and distress, like I would let it go. Like
Mm-hmm.
at my first business, I was just in a situation. It was making me sick all the time. Like, even though I loved the business, I didn't love the situation I was in. And that was making me sick. And I didn't even, when you're dealing with stress, it's something I didn't really understand until I went through like big periods of stress. Like I would have like, every time I showered, like hair would fall out and I was losing weight like crazy, which
Yeah.
normally in my millennial brain would be like a great thing. But then it started to get like too scary. Like I started to like lose vision in one eye. I was seeing double and I had to
Oh my
like put on
God.
an eye patch and like, so it was definitely not bringing me the joy that a business was supposed to be bringing me. And
Yeah.
like, so I would say you can let it go. Like, and the freedom I felt when I closed the first business was like one of the best feelings, as sad as I was and as like,
Yeah.
it freed me to start something else from scratch. And I couldn't see that at the time
Mm-hmm.
because I was in it. But
Yeah.
like sometimes you have to like get out of it to be able to look back and be like, okay, yeah, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Um, and if your business is like, you feel like it's on the cusp of something like big or beautiful, like that's a different feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that are in the trenches and in the lows for so long and they just are kind of like always like scrambling at the walls of the well trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
But like some people, that's a different situation than someone who's like, I see success on the horizon. And like that's a different feeling. So don't close down your business if you see
No.
some like light at the end of the tunnel. But it was something that the reality hit me so hard when I just was like, I have to close this and then do it again.
Yeah. What was the moment that what led you to close the business? Like how did you know it was time?
We just couldn't come up with how we were going to divide it or move
Yeah.
on. Like, so it was, I can't talk too many details about it, but we
Sure.
just
Yeah.
we couldn't come to an agreement. And so
Yeah.
I knew like I had spent these years like researching living this like plastic free life and I really wanted to do this and I wanted to do it in a way where I would still like be able to spend time with my children. Like I have two
Yeah.
kids and like be able to, still be able to cook dinners for my family. There's certain things that like there's only so many hours in the day, and if you're in a business where you're constantly chasing like a crazy amount of growth, like you stop living. You start living for others instead of for yourself, and I think that's when most people find unhappiness with their business.
Mm. So many good tips there. That's incredible. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, certainly there are going to be days, and sometimes it seems like there are more days than not, where you're going to be like huddled in a corner crying with a pint of
Yeah.
ice cream because you're like, I don't know what to do here.
Totally.
Like, throw your hands up. Oh, well, we'll figure
Yeah.
it out tomorrow.
And sometimes you just need a good night's sleep if you're able to get one to just
Yeah.
reset whatever problem is in front of you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it really is. No one ever said this was going to be easy.
It's not
And
easy.
no, and
It's
that's the
insanely
thing.
hard.
For sure.
Yeah.
Um, so what's like one myth about success in general that you would love to debunk? Like whatever your version of success is, like what's one myth that you would want to debunk about it?
I think the one myth is that success is measured in dollars.
Oh, thank you.
I
Yeah.
think success is measured in free time. I mean, that's really what I don't know how you I don't know how you could be working around the clock for so much money and then never have a chance to live and enjoy any of it.
Mhm.
So I'm purposely able to keep my company kind of manageable and small, like in comparison to other beauty brands that are really like chasing big dreams. I'm just like I have this little engine of a community and a customer base and a retailer network, and I love just keeping it manageable so that I can, you know, remember who I am.
Good for you. Good for you. It's so refreshing to hear business owners say, like, this is what I'm like, I'm chasing life.
Yeah.
I'm chasing free time. I'm chasing the time with my kids. Doing the things that I really want to do. And so often, there's this 8-figure business owner and this person did this and this person's doing like all these things. And at one point I was like, is it okay to just kind of want to be here and be like, I want to have this business that affords me a life that I'm happy living? Like that's
Yeah.
like, is that okay to have that be the goal?
I think so. That's my goal. I'm not rich, but I am happy. So,
I
like,
I can tell you I've been less happy making more.
me
That's for
too.
sure.
Me too, absolutely. And like life is very, very short. And if we're lucky, it's long. And if we're lucky, we get to enjoy some of those moments and put our phone down and see the light shining through the trees and like have these quiet moments. I don't know. We've changed commerce into this thing that's alive 24 hours a day, and I don't think that's how humans are supposed to be. I don't think that that's how we're supposed to shop, is like in the middle of the night when we're trying to fill some other void. Like I want I think just the human race needs a reset a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to, lead by example in that sense. Like, it's okay to not buy our stuff online in the middle of the night. Like you can go into what you can if you really wanted to. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying if you were so inclined, you can go find the cute neighborhood shop that carries it and, support an entrepreneur in your town. And that's way cooler.
Oh my gosh, so much cooler. I also like, I don't know, I just love to be able to go like, and it's a day. You make a day of
Yeah.
it. Grab a girlfriend, go grab a coffee, go to the shop and talk, have human connection, feel
Yeah.
the fabric, feel the materials and everything and just have
Yeah.
the experience. And I think that does so much more for our beings and our psyche.
I think so too.
Hmm.
I think it's fun. Like, now we know about fast fashion. It's a different world. But when I was, much younger, my mom and I would do this funny thing. We just call it cheap and cheerful shopping.
Oh,
And we would go and like do, go try on, we'd choose clothes for each other to try on. And it would be sometimes in a thrift store, sometimes in like, a Mandy's or whatever was around when I was young. And we just love this, like the fun of shopping together. And the human element is, like I can think of all these times my sister and I have been out together, and it's just like a nice experience browsing and being among people, like how humans were supposed to be. Like we weren't supposed to be siloed in our homes and, just watching other people live on the internet. It was crazy to me, you know? And
it's kind of wild when you think about it.
it's great. Like if you looked like a bird's eye view of what people are doing right now, everyone's separated and everyone, and granted, people are coming back and joining clubs and doing meetups again. It's like kind of nice to see, but we're still, there's a lot of commerce that people do when they're alone.
Yeah, it's so true. I just had lunch and shopping date with a friend of mine last week. We went to lunch and then we went shopping at the King of Prussia Mall. You're
Oh,
from New
cool.
Jersey, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know King of Prussia Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we just had a shopping day. And I'm like, who goes to the mall anymore and has a shopping day? Like,
Yeah.
it seems so like, ooh, like old school, old fashioned. What? You're going to the mall? Who
Yeah.
does that? And I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And I don't want to return everything because, I saw it, I tried it on, I touched it, and
Yeah.
I had a great time with a friend too. That was a bonus.
Yeah. I'm sure that didn't it like kind of didn't it kind of just remind you of just like a simpler time when you did that? Like
Yeah,
you were actually doing more than you did on a day when you were home, but it felt simpler. Like that. I
for
love
sure.
that feeling of just going out and I mean
Yeah.
just like, tootling around. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so gratifying, and it does. It reminds you of a simpler time. The 90s were the best. You can't argue with me about that. Uh,
I'm all for the 90s.
so, all right, I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about the product because
Sure.
I, like I said, I travel a lot, and I'm very specific about like the products that I have
Hmm.
and things like that. And I was using another brand of solid shampoo and conditioner bars, and I'm just like, ugh. Like if this is what's available, I guess this is what's available.
Yeah.
But and then I used these. I've been using them for the past, I think this today was my like third wash or something. Um and like I mentioned, I can't typically use conditioner on my ends
Mhm.
because I have very fine hair and it weighs it down and then my hair is greasy the next day. And holy shit. I used and I love that you call it the conditioner and after swim detangler
Yeah.
because I also have a pool and it's salt water, which makes it feel a little
Amazing.
crunchy. So I can just like run this through a little bit and it just kind of, texturizes and gives it a little soft feel to it.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels. And I also feel really good about, the packaging.
Yeah.
So, like, take us through, like, how did you come up with the formulation? Like, and the scent is beautiful too. It's like
Thank you.
wild sage and vetiver.
Yeah. You got
Like,
a good
take
one.
us, yeah, I love it. So, like, take us through the process a little bit. Like, how did you arrive where you did? And yeah, I just love it.
So I was already like reducing my plastic. I've been in the beauty industry for 20 years. I was already reducing my plastic. I was like, I can't buy another bar. Like, I'm going to solve this problem. And so I found a chemist that had never made bars before. And I didn't. So, in the beauty industry, if anyone doesn't know that's listening, is sometimes you want to make something, say, like a lip balm. So, you find another lip balm that you really like and you bring it to a chemist and you're like, here, make this and change the marketing ingredients and then you get your own lip balm and like
Yeah.
that's kind of what happens a lot in beauty. So I was like, hey, every bar I've tried does not meet my standards and I can't stand it. So but I want this to work. Like I know this problem can be solved. So I talked to my chemist friend who had been doing hair care, specifically like high end back bar salon hair care and a lot of brands that people know, in bottles. He'd been doing that for 40 years. So this was his
Wow.
expertise. He knew every trend over the past 4 decades and what works and what doesn't work, what's worth putting in, what's not worth putting in, like what makes something eco-friendly, what doesn't. And so I was like, I want to solve these problems. I want it to be so that if two best friends, like one person has hair like me and the other person has type 4 hair, which is like the kinky, coily
Hmm.
hair, like I want those two best friends to be able to share the bars. Like, and that is based on me and my best friend Becky, who's
That's
been my
so
best friend
cool.
since I was a kid. And I was like, I want people to have the freedom to shop their scent. So you shop the way you want to smell and it just works for all hair types. Like, do you think we can achieve this? And he was like, yeah, I think we can do this. And he was also into it because he had never made bars before. And, he had made some of the best hair care that people buy at these stores all the time. So, like, it was a fun project for us to do together. And I wanted them to solve problems. Since I'm a runner, so I run, I try and run every day, some sort of exercise. So I wanted a shampoo that I could use every day that was
Hmm.
gentle, so I don't have to choose between my shower and my workout because
Mm.
that's something that I think every woman goes through. You're kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, I could run, but like also then where do I have to be later in the day because I don't want that overwashed like feeling, or like, am I going to just put a hat on or a messy bun? Like what status is my hair going to be today, and how do I coordinate my workout?
So true. So
And so I was like,
relatable.
I don't want that. I'm just going to make it gentle. Like the dip shampoo bar is very gentle, but it's
Hmm.
really not good at like if you use like a lot of hair gel, like it's not going to do take that
Mm.
out. So if you use a lot of products in your hair, not the right thing for you, but that's okay. It's like solves problems for other people that like have on the market. And then the conditioner bar, because I go through so much conditioner, I wanted it to be like the everlasting gobstopper of conditioner. I wanted it to be something I like that we made dense and large and really, really saved people money. And so that's why the conditioner bar is what it does. It has the best slip of any conditioner I've ever used. And it's so slippery that, yeah, it will detangle pool hair. It will detangle surf hair after surf hair. But it will also, if anyone listening has kids, like if you have like a little girl that likes to go in and out of the water, it provides ouchless detangling for them.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Ouchless. It like doesn't hurt them at all. You just dip the bar in water, run it down their hair, and then you don't even need to like rinse it out. You can just kind of comb through and then let them go back and play.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I just, oh, those are some of the most traumatic moments from my childhood. I have
Everyone.
very curly hair. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody wants to feel that. That sucks.
No. And it's like a daily or like, every 3 days thing for a lot of parents when just during the non-swimming season when they just have to detangle their little girl's hair. Like it's it's something I just wanted I wanted to solve that problem for everyone because detangling stinks and you
Mhm.
actually don't need a watered down detangling spray to detangle your hair. You can
Right.
just skip the bottle altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. And as mentioned, these are solid bars, so
Mhm.
they're travel friendly. It's not another liquid that you have to worry about. And I'm just going to show like the packaging here too. If you're watching this on the YouTube video, this is, it's in a box, and I think the conditioner was the round shape,
Yep.
and the shampoo bar was the actual like square shape. So
Yeah.
it's easy to tell the difference between the two, which is amazing. Love that.
Yeah. That's because of me and my glasses. So
It's so good, so relatable. And I love the little card. There's this garbage fail kids, snarly Carly. Like, what, thank you. Like, it's just, and like storage and directions and things like that. It's so cute. I
thank
absolutely
you.
love it. So yeah, so you mentioned you're in retail stores. Like, what retail stores are you in? Like, where can people buy the product?
So there's like three main places that Dip sells in person. One of those is their refill community or zero waste stores. So those are really all around in every state. There's this something called a refill store. Or several if you're lucky. Like in New Jersey, there's so many and they're all like really amazing. But
Oh,
basically, the concept behind them is to reduce your plastic. You just bring your containers in and you can refill things. Everything from like hand soap, laundry detergent to like spices or pasta. Like you don't have to keep buying the containers. You just fill in and pay for what you need. So we're sold in there a lot. And the reason I target those kinds of stores is because I want people to be exposed to refilling. Like
mhm.
someone that didn't know that that kind of store existed, I want them to go in to buy dip and be like, "Oh my God, I like can also buy this and never buy paper towels again, or I can buy like, something." So I want people to like learn about going, moving themselves from plastic by accident, you know? Like
Yes.
instead like discover it on your own instead of me barking at people like plastic is bad, plastic you should avoid plastic. It's like it doesn't work, you
Yeah.
know? And so we sell there, we sell in hair salons, which is like a big badge of honor for me that the professional stylist
Yeah.
community is embracing dip enough because I've never actually gone into a salon and seen bars there, but they're starting to show up on shelves like all over the United States and then in surf shops. Mostly the surf shops just carry the conditioner bar,
Mhm.
but some of them carry the whole line. But it's really really cool to see like these three different communities like embrace dip and understand that like we're as a community we're like trying to get people in their doors.
Yeah, that's super cool. I love that. So, dipalready.com
Yeah.
is the website. Is there a list of like where people can find like near them?
Yeah, so if you go
Okay.
onto the website dipalready.com, then you'll see the store locator and you're good to go. It'll
Oh,
pull up
so
the one
cool.
closest to you. And if there isn't one close to you, you can still order online. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's just cool to like explore a spot that you maybe didn't know existed.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. I can't wait to go to the website and find, yeah, because you've got a customer for life now. Like you can't
Awesome.
get you're
Thank
not getting rid of me. So
you.
I got a few trips coming up in the next couple of weeks, and this is going in my luggage. So I
Perfect.
also am gonna need some for my shower at home because I don't want to like, you know,
I do know. I have separate bars for travel. For some reason, they have to live separately. I don't know why.
they do. Can't answer it. It's just the way it is. So if someone wants to reach out to you to connect or anything like that, where can people find you?
Sure. You can find me on LinkedIn is the easiest way to find me if you want to talk businessy things. Kate Assaraf is my name. And then I'm really the person behind the Instagram page. So if you go to Dip Already on Instagram, like that's me. Right now we're doing a plastic free July event and that's like, it's kind of our annual party for the brand. So if you want to come in and join in the fun, we're happy to have you. But it's always me behind that one. And I enjoy the Instagram because like I get to talk to our customers, and
That's
then
cool.
also at Dip Already on TikTok. So we're there
Awesome.
too.
Very cool. And of course, all of that information will be in the show notes and description. So, Kate, this has been awesome. I really appreciate your taking the time and talking about all these things and helping other entrepreneurs and talking about the product too. Because, as busy female entrepreneurs, the last thing we really sometimes have time to do is think about what am I using? I'm out of shampoo. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? So thank you for helping us solve that problem.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me a place to talk about it. And this was a really fun interview. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you out there listening. If you are on your favorite audio platform, don't forget to leave us a review and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Like this video, pass it along to a friend because you know somebody that needs some hair care assistance. So definitely do that and tell all your friends. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.